welcome everybody. Happy Monday. We had a great weekend of games this weekend at SSL, inside SSL here again for week 2. And of course, we are breaking down a few of the games that happened this weekend, catching you guys up on all the action. And this week, with me today, no Andre Reza, but we have Meng,
substitute,
sideline extraordinaire and producer of the show. And also today, our guest on the show and captain of Tap It Out, also former assistant coach for the Westport Malaysia Dragons, Mr. Shogi Gan. Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
So as always, we're going to break down a few key games that we had this weekend. We'll go through a little bit of what happened and also get some insight from Shogi. Having played, how many seasons have you played now?
This is season 11, right?
Season 11.
I think I missed one, so I've played 9 seasons.
Yeah, so you've seen how things have grown, right? And also, before I forget, also joining us is our insider on Inside SSL, as always, Mr. Isaac Go.
Yeah.
Say hello, Isaac.
Hello, what's up?
All right, so let's get into it right away. The first game we're going to talk about is the second game of the weekend?
Yes.
Second game of the weekend. Team Sunway versus Stuffy X. Now, both are first-time teams in StatSports League this season. And tell us what happened.
Yeah. So we watched the game on Saturday. It was a surprising game, I think. Sunway, first time playing in the league. Stuffy played last week. And Team Sunway actually did better, leading all the way till the fourth quarter when Stuffy X pulled up a comeback.
Crazy comeback. They were down 12 with, I think, 4 minutes left to go?
Yeah, exactly. And they managed to put it within 3 points. 3 points of Sunway. You have key performers from the game. Stuffy X, you have JJ, came up with like 17 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists. Iggy, their key man, performed well last week, performing well this week as well. 24 points, 10 rebounds, and like 3 or 4 clutch buckets.
And how about on the Sunway side?
That run. And then Sunway side, they had such an even scoring across the team. 4 players in double digits. You had Nick Kwa with 19 points, man of the match for that game, and then Yo with 11 points and 10 rebounds in the game as well. Crucial plays for Team Sunway.
Yep, and in the end, Sunway pulled it out, winning by 2 points, I believe it was.
75 to 70.
That's right. And so before we get Isaac's takes on this, I want to ask Shogi. You have some experience with a couple of the Sunway guys, namely Hensler and John, both of whom played with the Dragons in one capacity or another. What can you tell us about that?
They played in our development team.
Yeah.
John played 1 season, Hensler played another season as well. Hensler, young, a lot of energy, attacks the basket fearlessly. John, a little bit raw, but has a lot of upside to him because he has height and length. Can shoot the ball when he's hot. He can really get going, but sometimes I can see that he struggles a little bit and he loses a bit of confidence. But he's still young and he still has a lot of potential.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see. He was actually the captain for Atlas Ballers last season, so that was kind of his role there. So it's interesting to see, how he'll fit in with Team Sunway as well. And I know with the D League, he get good experience as well. Isaac, you played in the game, Stuffy X. What is your input? I know. What's your input?
I don't want to talk about that. Overall, I think it's a good slap on the face for us. And now we know what we have to work on more, especially our defense. Like they keep getting transition baskets, and it's because we turn the ball a lot. Stuff like that. And yeah, I think we just need to work more on our chemistry, on our defense and stuff like that. I don't think we have a problem on our offense. As you can see, we tried to make a comeback during the press. It was definitely a good press and definitely gave a shock to Team Sunway. But unfortunately, I just feel like it's a little bit too late. We should have probably kick it in earlier. But yeah, props to Team Sunway for doing a better job sealing the win. And yeah, we'll do better. Stuffy X will do better in the next week.
All right, awesome. Great input there. Let's move on to our second game that we're going to feature this from this past weekend. It was the KL Twin Towers versus the ISKL Panthers. Also another close game and maybe the top game of this weekend. Going to the game, people that have followed the StatSports or you guys that are playing, you know what the Twin Towers are like. They're always tenacious. They're always going to come at you. And ISKL Panthers, tap it out, beat them last week. But they had momentum coming into the season. I think they're still improving. We saw a little bit different guys stepping up for this game. So Meng, tell us about what happened.
Yeah. So KLTT actually took the first half behind, I think, Hiromasa Suzuki. If you forgive this pun here, Hiromasa became the hero of the first quarter.
We're taking you off the show after this.
He took control, scoring 17 out of his 18 points in the first half. So a very heroic effort. And then ISKL put together a run behind Justin Hahn and Ada Turan in the third and the start of the fourth before Johannes went super saiyan. He just went like LeBron James, took the ball up against Yida and just scored 12 of his clutch, 12 of the last baskets for KL Twin Towers to secure the win. So obviously key performers for KLTT will be Hiromasa Suzuki, 18 points, 6 rebounds and 2 steals, a first half beast. Johannes Chang, the second half beast, 18 points, 13 rebounds and 14 points in the fourth quarter. And then you have Patrick Wakayabashi, coming back from his injury, I think. 9 points and 8 rebounds on that. And then ISKL obviously behind Ada Tuna, what a name by the way. 9 points, 3 rebounds, and Justin Hans, 26 points, 8 rebounds, and 3.
This is a breakout game for him. I mean, I remember last season, not that he's not a good player, but he definitely not a guy that you expect to put up those kinds of numbers. He was hot all game, 26 and 8. Shogi, you guys played them the first week. Any takeaways that you saw from that game or this one?
A lot of really good young players. I think if you put them up against any high school team in Malaysia, they would do well. They might even come out as champions. I really am a big fan of their big man, Yida.
Yep.
I think he has a lot of room to grow, but he's already really solid defensively and offensively.
Yeah.
I tried boxing him out, but I couldn't do it. He was strong going for rebounds. I think he can improve a little bit in terms of being more confident. I think after getting maybe blocked 1 or 2 times, it made him lose a lot of his confidence. But I really enjoyed playing with the ISKL Panthers. I think they played really well in the second, third, and fourth quarter against us. They were pretty even in the score. So I think they're a good team, even though they're 0-2.
Yep.
For the Twin Towers, I don't know much about them, but Johannes, I'm a teammate of his in Delta Dynamic. We're playing we play in the finals next week or in 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
In Chempaka against one of the other teams, and he's a solid player as well. I actually knew him when he was like 16, 17 years old. He used to go and play at the Hartamas court, where I also first started playing when I first moved back.
First team that you brought onto SSL as well, the Hartamas guys.
Exactly, the Hartamas guys.
Yeah.
So I've known him for quite some while, and it's good to see him, grow into the player he is today.
Yeah. And guys, you see also how diplomatic and coach-like Shogi is. I know he's being nice, complimenting Ida, but look back at the stats. You dominated him in the first game, so let's just make sure we get that out there. But I completely agree with that with the Panthers. I mean, they're well coached. I like their commitment, Coach West's commitment to get them into tournaments, keep them into game shape. I know their main focus is their IASIS tournament, which is the regional tournament for international schools. But I agree. Playing really well. Isaac, any thoughts on that game?
Like you said, Justin Hans really had the best game of his life probably. And I think it's because of that one timeout. Coach West called it in, and after that huddle and a little bit of talk with Justin Hans, he just started exploded for 26 points And I think he got that confidence mainly from his coaches and his teammates trusting him to do really well with the ball. And surprisingly, he came up as planned.
Yeah, and they're doing a great job of. I think Jackson Lagerway is still on their roster, but not available. And he was an all-star, really good player. Yeah, but they're doing a good job of playing, without some of their key guys.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the next game. Our last game we're going to cover for this week is actually a matchup between these two guys, Mercenaries versus Tap It Out. So Tap It Out, second game of this season. They won their first game. Mercenaries, the first game of this season.
Yes.
And Mercenaries, of course, the free agent team for SSL 11, bringing the namesake back from the very first free agent team ever, which
Season 1.
was on. Yeah, that's right. So Mercenaries comprised of a bunch of different guys from previous teams, teams from previous seasons. Ikram, Aaron, James, all from Wolverines. Bernie and Ryan, who didn't play this game, from Bandwagon. Ryan also from the free agent team from last season, Superstars. You got Sean Lowe coming over from Atlas,
Yes.
and then you and Dre also from the Knights, right?
Yes.
And then also a bunch of first timers to the league. Brian Liu, Ali Muhammad, who had a heck of a game,
That's his debut.
and Ruben as well. Shout out to Ruben, who's been commentating for us this past couple weeks as well. Let us know. So what happened?
Yeah, so basically, we were missing our key guys, but no excuses.
I thought you were the key guy.
I wish I was. I wish I was.
Tree.
These old knees can't take it anymore. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so basically,
You're 24, 25. Get out of here.
basically close first quarter game. I think it was 17-12 in the first quarter. Ali just kept us in with the trees. I think Shogi hit a few finger rolls, as it is at the back of his jersey. Finger rolls in the game, and a few key blocks as well. I know he got one on me. I still insist it was a foul. But like we said, we're missing a few of our key players. Stay tuned to find out who they are. And as a free agent team, we haven't had much practice, not a lot of chemistry going around and stuff like that. So we never seemed like coming back, but we had fun. We showed fight. I think I'm really proud of the guys, and I'm happy with the result. Like against Tap It Out. For us, we had Ali Muhammad, the debutant in SSL XI, scoring 22 points, 10 rebounds. I think 5 of 17 from 3-point range.
I think he started like 3 for 5 early, and then he just started jacking up threes. Basically, they're
Heat check.
Yeah. And what's impressive about Ali, sorry to interrupt, is also he's 38. He's playing that way, So he carried them. Sorry, go on.
And then we've got Sean Lowe, 14 points, 11 rebounds, 2 blocks. Great pickup from the Atlas Ballers. We got Bernie, 10 points, 4 assists, and then your key man right here, 100% from 3-point range, leading the league right now. Only one attempt.
In bank shot 3-pointers.
Only one attempt though, and a brilliant highlight. Check it out on the show. And then for Tap It Out, I think.
This guy's. Sorry.
Yeah, we'll go with Tan Jin Young first. 24.7 rebounds. Ban, ex-national point guard. 9 points, 8 rebounds, 2 steals, solid effort. And then we have obviously this man right here, this beautiful baller. 18 points, 10 rebounds, 7 blocks, 6 steals, 5 turnovers, and 4 assists. That's like
I feel like you emphasize the turnover portion.
That's like a 5x5 that we've never seen before.
Yeah, Shogi, what do you think?
About my performance or the game?
Yes, that.
Okay, I felt like I had to start out strong, first of all, because we had a lot of guys come a little bit late, so they were still warming up, trying to get into the groove of the game. So I felt I had to attack the basket early, and then Jayang, he continued for me, so he was big coming into this game for us. Anthony also was solid in defense. Ban also had some big baskets for us. Whenever Mercenaries made a run, Ban would come in the game, and he provided us with really good timely baskets. But Mercenaries, I think they played well. I think the second half was pretty even in terms of scoring, so great job to you guys. I know you guys were missing quite a few key players, so that was pretty fortunate for us that we didn't have to go up against them. But I think maybe after the season we can have a rematch. See if you can hit another bank three.
That was over you too, wasn't it? Or not?
I don't know. I hope not. Yeah.
I think the celebration was just as good as the three. And you guys also were missing, two of your key guys from the first game, right? With Megan and Tem both being out, both scoring over 30 in the first game.
Yeah. So both Megan and Tem, they actually got selected for the SEA Games for the 3x3, and because as our duty to support the national team, we had to release both of those so that they could start training for this 3x3. I think it's going to be in the first week of December. They're going on to the Philippines to play in that. So both of them have not yet been officially listed in the 4 players, but they're in the list of 6. So hopefully they make the final cut.
Got it. Okay. Well, good luck to them. My input, I feel like, again, for any free agent team, and I've been on a bunch of them, it takes a little while to kind of gel. You got different styles of play and, different just approaches to the game, right? So it's going to take a while. And, we've been on different teams for a while. And even if you do know each other, it's going to take a while. So you add an element of, not knowing exactly who each other are. But yeah, I thought you guys played great. I thought it was a really fun game. Things got heated. I know a couple of the guys were not too happy with the calls. 2 technicals assessed to you guys. Any thoughts on that as far as being able to manage the game?
I mean, at the end of the day, it's just a game. We're all there to have fun. I think people have to learn to live without the calls. I think just play your game and see how it turns out. I think.
Yeah, as Meng said, we're there to have fun, and every time you argue with the refs and you get technicals, that's not really fun, and it starts to spoil the game. I know sometimes the refs do spoil the game as well, but you just have to learn to take the calls, and if you pull the ref aside, you speak to the ref nicely about things here and there to watch out for elbows or people pulling on jerseys. They do tend to listen, so and they do make those calls for you in the future.
Yeah, and being passionate, being heated is okay, but you got to be able to control yourself. I've been ejected out of the game too, but yeah, like you said, it does kind of it's important to have the spirit of the game, and again, we're all spending our weekends doing this, right, for fun. Isaac, thoughts on this game?
Yeah, back to the things get heated up during the Euro game. I think it's only natural for things to get a bit upset when calls doesn't go your way and stuff like that. But it's also like to have this mindset to not be worried about calls and do better in your game, right? I mean, if you let's say if you're not getting a call and you do a good defense, you'll get back possession. So I mean, instead of bothering the calls, why don't you do a better defense?
And possession? Right, and I think it applies outside of just dealing with calls, just any possession in the game, right? Like you may miss a shot, you got to have a short memory span and go on to the next possession, right?
So calls are the things that we cannot control, but what we can control is maybe we can do better on the next possession and stuff like that, and get back the ball, and that's where you learn how to ignore calls and
Key advice for any young players out there that are looking to play competitive. I think. Look at this guy.
Not only for the youngs, not only for the youngs. I mean, the vets get pretty grumpy.
That's true.
I think that's a good point. Maybe it's the vets we got to worry about more because we're a little bit less in shape and a bit tougher to manage.
They depend on the calls more.
Right, you get frustrated a little bit quicker. Okay, so that's our breakdown this week for just the 3 games. Next, really quick, we're going to go into the updated power rankings after 2 weeks of games. Now, Shogi hasn't seen this yet, so I want to get his reaction once we get it on screen as far as what the power rankings look like. The movement here is, let's see if we can get the screen up. Power rankings are up. So, at the top of the list this week,
Can't see anything.
it's coming up, the top of the list this week. So there's been some movement depending on who's played and who's not. Topping out the list is Tap It Out.
Oh wow.
So we moved Tap It Out to the top. Advanced Pro sitting tight at number 2 after not playing this weekend. XUM making a jump after I don't know if we were going to call it an upset over Merritt Farm, but definitely a big win over Merritt Farm, who was number 1 last week. Then we got Bandwagon and Sunway both coming in with their first wins and first games. Big drops here are Juggernaut and Young Thunder as well from last week. Juggernaut losing 2 in a row now. What do you guys think? I know there's a lot to digest. How about Meg, you go first. What do you think about the movement from week 1, and also what do you think going forward?
I mean, I think Tap It Out definitely deserved it after playing them as well. I think they're definitely favourites to win it all kind of stuff.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so. Give support. Like they have a good mix of players. XUM, like when I commented the game, I insist they are still the San Antonio Spurs of the league. They're the dark horses of the race. Advanced Pro might be the defending champions. Tap It Out might have ex-nationals. XUM with Coach Core at the helm. They're gonna get points up, right? Merritt Farm, bad game this week, but still impressive. They're missing big man, key players this week as well. Yip Bin was not there. James was not there as well. But unfortunate for Juggernaut. I think they did well, and I think it's just chemistry issues. They
were also undermanned, so Fifi barely played. Akil wasn't around. So
exactly. Akil captain as well.
Yeah.
They had to rely on Idham the whole game, and
who had a great game by the way.
Of course, yeah. But one player is not going to carry the whole team.
Right.
That's the thing.
Right.
Young Thunder as well. A lot of talent on that roster. A lot of talent on their roster, especially their point guard Harjit Singh. Shout out to the guys at Faceground for like bringing him up. Coach Ghazi as well. Just I don't know how they created this Young Thunder's team, but they just can't seem to close out games well enough.
Yeah, and that's boils down to experience. A lot of that, they were very close against PhD. Even before we started the game, we said it was going to be experience versus this raw sort of talent, or at least upcoming talent. And it came down to a few possessions where PhD was able to pull it away. Shogi, what are your thoughts on the power rankings of week 2?
A little bit surprising about Tap It Out being number 1. I think we're just number 1 because Advanced Pro didn't play, and because Merritt Farm dropped the game. I'm happy we're there, but also we have the target on our backs now, and everybody will be trying to bring their A game against us. I think if there was a power ranking for Whoopsie Wednesday, I think we would be there as well for our last 2 minutes of the game against Mercenaries. I think we had some funny shots.
And by we, mean you, right? The ref. You gotta make sure we get it on there.
It's actually a really good pass, actually, if that guy was a player, but unfortunately it was the referee.
Brandon Bronson alert.
Yeah. Also, should be on the power rankings for Whoopsie Wednesday because we let Mang hit that 3 and dance on us. But also looking at the power rankings, I think there's 2 teams that I noticed from the list that probably might be ranked a little bit lower than I would have put them, and that would be Stuffy X and Juggernaut. I think they should be ranked a little bit higher. But that's just my opinion.
Yeah, and I agree with you on Juggernaut. I think this is this power ranking changes week to week. Like you say, some teams aren't playing certain weeks. I think Juggernaut has had a rough start. They're much better than their record shows for sure. They've got tons of experience and really good players as well. Isaac, what are your thoughts on the power ranking?
I agree with Shogi on the Juggernauts ranking, but they have already lost 2, and I think it only justifies where they are right now. But on paper, they're looking so much better. They have national players, recent Maba Cup players. They have Idham as the captain, and they're gonna do so well once. But they only do well once they have like full rosters. As you can see, like last game, they were so undermanned. Afifi only came in the 4th quarter, having that slight flu. That's why he didn't play for the first 3 quarters. And it's, you can see like the moment Idham came in, there was his presence affects his teammates to play better, and they managed to close the gap slowly, things like that. And they'll only do better once they have a full lineup and stuff like that. But let's see how they do the next game, of course.
Good. Sorry, go ahead.
And regarding Stuffy X, I'm not sure if we're supposed to be higher or not. We can. I mean, I know I have the confidence that we can be higher. Like I said, we're a new team. Everybody hasn't played with each other. This is our first time, and it's only gonna get better from here on.
Yeah, and so that's a great point, and something I wanted to transition into real quick was just the format of the league this year and how everyone makes the playoffs. So whether you're Juggernaut or Stuffy, you know, a lot of teams have a lot of talent, but maybe not that time to gel yet. But everyone kind of gets a go at it with everyone making the playoffs, right? So I think that's going to be interesting down the line. I think, speaking to Juggernaut too, I think that's part of their mentality. They know they're not going to get too down on themselves starting 0-2 because they know everyone's going to be in and they have a chance once they get there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Any last thoughts on the standings, power ranking?
I think all the best of the teams out there, all 15 of them, and use this time in the regular season to just get yourself in shape for the playoffs.
So your prediction is tap it out to take it after 2 games a week. Okay, Mercenaries. Any predictions or anything on your side for?
No, I think that we won't be on top of the power rankings for the rest of the season. I think there's a lot of really good teams out there. You know, for Tap It Out, we've really only played 3 good quarters out of 8 quarters that we've played this year. I think there's a lot of room for improvement, and hopefully we can gel a little bit better. But interesting to see the rest of the season. I think there's some really good teams to watch out for.
Field is wide open, I think, this season, more so than in the past. I think there's a little bit of a gap when you get somewhere past the middle of the pack, but anything from like 10 upwards, I feel like it's anyone's chance this year. So so that is sort of our show for this week, guys. Last thing we want to talk about real quick is to announce our Leaning live stream giveaway from the first 2 weeks. So again, if you guys haven't been watching, make sure you catch all of our games on YouTube and on Huddle. We're doing giveaways. All you gotta do is follow us and reply to the contest. Basically, subscribe. And for this week, for the past 2 weeks, the contest has been about our yours truly or ours truly, Isaac Go. And the question was, how many teams and which teams has Isaac Go played for in his SSL career? And do you want to let us know what those teams are?
Before that, I think our hints worked. We managed to get a winner.
That's right.
Our hints for week 1 was I played more than 1 team. And the hint for the second week is more than 2 teams. So the hint kind of worked. We managed to get a winner. So the answers, I have played for the very first team I played for is B-Live going up against the Mahajaya Giants. If you remember, we got ranked 90 points. We
had to relegate them from gold to black division after that.
Yeah, so I want to highlight that was a career high for us. We got beaten 90 points. On my very first SSL game, I got beaten 90 points. Yeah, I went home crying so bad.
So it was B-Live, Stars and Stripes, Wolverines.
B-Live, Stars and Stripes,
U4,
Bandwagon, and Wolverines.
And Stuffy X.
Right now.
In that order as well.
Right. So, congratulations to Nicholas Cha, who got the answer right. We will contact you as far as getting your prize to you. But yeah, that is it for this week, guys. Thank you everyone that followed us. We got a bunch of comments here. Thank you Keith Lim, Meng Lun Wee, Yuta Lee, and everyone else. Thanks again for joining us. Let us know what else you want to see on this show. Tune in this Wednesday for the second edition of Whoopsie Wednesday, and look out for both these guys to be on that. So thanks for tuning in, and we will see you next time.